Car order. It's always been car order.
I strongly disagree.
That's the way it is. Ripped him out through the window in a nice way.
Just so I can go down and drink a carton while everyone punches on.
Just pisses me to tears. That's the worst thing you can do.
You shut up, you hack. Talking about boat ramps, this is what I wanted to get through from the start. What he said.
Oh, you just been an idiot.
And welcome to the Chumming Up Podcast, the fishing, spearfishing and ocean adventure podcast that is like a great white shark, because anytime we attack someone, it is always provoked. With me, as always, is JARBY Faithful. What are you doing up there, you fuckwit? And why'd you provoke me to attack you?
I'm just catching more fish than you are, Squirly, as usual.
You're catching more fish than me?
Yep.
That's not fucking hard.
Oh, no, that's what I'm saying.
That's an easy takedown. With us also is another cockhead called LEEWOLD who just made me attack him again.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you got it in for us tonight.
Oh, fucking... You know what I'm talking about, though, eh? You seen that, what happened with the bloke who got attacked by the shark in Sydney with the video that came out?
Oh, I haven't seen it, but I've seen a headline that said shark attack provoked or something. I didn't click on it because I'm not that dumb to click on clickbait like that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, reading it, so what they've done is, you know the shark attack, I don't know if you watched the video, but the white pointer attacked him, then it ate the rest of him. There were blokes fishing off the rocks, like just normal snapper fishing, but they've ruled that a provoked shark attack because there's people fishing. But the biggest thing on that, like, I mean, who gives a fuck, provoked, unprovoked, whatever, but it doesn't count on their shark attack numbers. It's just blatant lying, pretty much. I mean, like...
Just COVID. Just straight up, he died of COVID.
Yeah.
I'd tell you what, if they could test the body, if they go to the body back in and tested him and he had it, they would have put it down to it.
Well, if he'd only been vaccinated, he would have been fine. That's what I got to say.
He might have survived.
Yeah.
Great white vaccine coming out soon.
Yeah, it might not have stopped the shark from eating him, but the result wouldn't have been as bad.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. I don't know. To me, this shit's insane. Like, we got to stop letting fucking uni people do stuff because they seem like the dumbest people on the planet.
I see an 11-year-old kid's been bitten in Exmouth.
Yep.
The other day, a day or two ago, and the only thing stopping everyone jumping on there, calling the victim bloody an idiot, is that it's a kid. All you see with shark attacks these days on social media is someone, poor bugger, gets bitten and everyone goes on there and goes, "We shouldn't be in the water, you dickhead, this and this and this." And it's like, mate, you're just swimming.
Yeah.
Like, should have been. They get bitten when they all get chased by sharks with their spearfishing. It's like, they shouldn't be in there doing that. But, even their life.
Well,
poor buggers haven't swim and got bitten and fucking all of a sudden he's a criminal.
Well, I actually seen a heap of ones today saying, "Oh, a shark in the water, that's news today, isn't it?" And it's like, the fuck, do you comment that on everything? Like, when there's a car crash, do you go, "A car on the road, that's news today"? Like, of course someone getting bitten by a fucking shark is news, you dumb fuck.
Of course it is.
Like, they fucking, you know, like, cover cupcake sales in fucking Northam. Of course they're going to cover a shark attack victim that's 11 years old in Exmouth. You'd fucking hope so, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be interesting to know what it was and how bad it was.
Shark, Squirly.
A shark. Yeah.
And you wouldn't believe it in the water.
Yeah.
It would be interesting. If I was a gambling man, and because it was around at one of the marine park camp spots or whatever, I'd be thinking a lemon shark. That's just if I was throwing it out there without knowing anything else.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'll go reefy because do you remember Paulie's mum got bitten by a reefy at Turquoise?
Yeah. Flashed watch or something they were saying, because it was flashing.
What's that?
They reckon it might have attacked her because the watch was shiny.
Yeah,
flickering.
maybe.
I don't know, that might have been was provoked fuck because he had the watch on.
Yeah, had the watch. Fucking, there's no time in the ocean, fucker.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, that was, so it was funny because a similar thing happened with that one. Fucking, I was on a flight like the next day coming into Exmouth or some shit, and there was a dude on there saying, oh yeah, they provoked the shark because they'd be round there feeding it and all the rest, and like I knew what had happened. She hadn't been in the water for like 20 years or some shit, so they convinced her. Yeah, they convinced her to go out, and they were like dragging her behind them. She had like a life jacket and shit, and then this reefie just goes bang, broke her arm. Like, fuck.
Nah.
Yeah.
What's the chances?
Yeah, she fucking deserved it though, being in the water.
Yeah. How dare she go swimming even if she didn't want to?
She wanted it.
It's just crazy.
Yeah.
It is madness, isn't it?
I don't know. The world's lost the fucking plot. How you been going, LEEWOLD? You fucking had a clanger the other day, from what I heard. Are you going to take us through that, or you just going to talk about
clanger,
your trunks?
yeah, she wasn't a bad clanger, yeah. If you're going to do something, do it right.
Yeah, don't fuck around.
Yeah, so we went to go fishing. Well, we just went to Kakadu, actually, just as the family to go check it out. You know, bloody birds and whatnot, Aboriginal art, and that was all cool. And then there's a river there, the East Alligator, but because it was wet season, there's another creek you got to drive through to get to it. It's called Magella Creek. And we got there, and it was like 40 centimetres deep on the little stick. I'm like, oh, yeah, we can do this for sure. So we went through it with the motorhome, like full-blown six-berth motorhome, and the boat behind. And then once you get in there, you can fish into the East Alligator. There's a campground and that, but there's another crossing called Cahill's Crossing, and that goes into Arnhem Land. That's like the crockiest place on the planet. It's like all crocs there. You see videos of it. And we fished for 2 days there, and didn't rain or nothing. Then we went to come out, fucking thing had risen.
Yeah.
Like, oh, shit. Oh, well, and then we're like, well, we'll be right. We went through the main bit of it. It's all fine. And then went through another creek, and it wasn't that deep that I couldn't make it, but I went too quick and just, jammed a heap of water down into the engine and hydraulic locked it in the middle of the creek there. So, yeah, she wasn't a real good look when, you know, you got other guys coming out and going fishing with their full dive 200 series and that, and you just like park right in the middle of this bloody river. So, yeah, it was a bit of an embarrassing one.
Yeah, and who came to tow you out?
Oh, so I rang the nearest servo, which is Jabberoo, and the dude's like, you're kidding me. He's like, we pull people out of there all the time and never a motorhome. I'm like, yeah, I think we're going to need help. And he's like, oh, I got the rangers in here, I'll send them. So the park rangers come out. So by the time they got there, I was like swimming around in the creek, attaching the tow eyelet to the front. I like got that out, screwed it in, had me that strap shackled to it. So they pulled me out, and lucky no one was around while I was doing it, because after they pulled me out, park rangers that work there every day are like, mate, that bit you're just like attaching that in, that's where the biggest croc in this whole joint is right there. You know? I'm like, oh shit. You know, so they pulled me out, and luckily I'd been smart enough to drown another car about 15 years ago, an 80 series, so I knew what to do. So I just ripped all the injectors out as soon as I could. Just YouTubed it, to be honest, YouTubed how to do it, and some guy runs you through it in like 5 seconds or 5 minutes.
Yep.
And pulled them out, turned it over, spat a heap of water out, and put them back in, and had to do that 4 times because it kept sucking water out of the turbo and the intake and locking up again. And and then actually after about 5 hours on the side of the road doing that, actually got it running. And it's fucking been running well ever since, believe it or not.
Yeah, nice. Fucking lucky you didn't get eaten too. Would have been provoked.
Oh, for sure. Well, yeah, I think if you fucking got a motorhome parked in there fucking home and you're swimming around, probably is provoked, you know?
Yeah.
Lapping around trying to get the tow hitch on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If the fucking...
You should have seen the amount of water coming out the exhaust when I was turning it over, put the injectors back in. It's like literally buckets of the shit coming out. So tune into YouTube. I'll be posting that in a couple of days, I reckon, a video of all that happening if you want to see some real dumb bastard drowning a new, like, $100,000 motorhome.
Yeah, nice. At least no one could have said, like, when someone gets eaten by a shark or something, there's always someone saying, well, like you're in their home, because you would have been like, well, I'm in my home too. We're just in the same place.
Yeah.
It's a draw.
But, it's more the old, they never come into your home and eat you. That's that saying. It's like, well, he did.
He did.
He actually did.
I was trying to get back in my home.
Fucking hell. But you've been smacking fish as well, though?
Yeah, we got a heap of fish there.
Yep.
And we went to the daily after we got it all sorted, because I broke one of the return lines on one of the injectors. So Jarby, being the good bloke he is, sorted me out all new parts and got them sent up here for me. So we sorted that out. And then, went out the daily, caught a few. That was super cool.
Yep.
Did the whole, go up like a runoff creek and end up on top of the floodplain where it's all, like, just birds everywhere and bait, catch and barra on that.
Yep.
And young bloke got a nice 90-centimetre one fish there. So.
Oh, fuck yeah.
That was good.
Has he cracked a metre yet?
Yeah, he has, but not in the salt. So I keep teasing him about that, because he's actually got a fish bigger than mine. I've caught like 6 metre 12s, and he's caught 1 metre 13. So he's like, buddy, got the biggest one, but he hasn't got a saltwater metre yet. So I think that was his PB saltwater one.
Yeah, fuck. You are clutching at straws, LEEWOLD. You don't have much over him now.
Nah, and he's out fishing me most times we go out, and not at the stage where I'm helping him. It's like I'm actually trying to catch more than him, and he's getting more, and it's like, oh, shit.
Yeah. Oh, well. Maybe he gets to the stage where he helps you.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah. It's pretty good now, though. He puts the electric in and all that sort of stuff, so he does a lot of the work, so that's good.
Yeah, nice. And Jarbs, you been smacking some green jobbies?
Yeah, been doing all right with them lately, eh?
Yeah, getting spoon-fed from everything I'm fucking hearing.
That's the person you go out with, don't you?
Yeah. That's how I live by.
So I've got to ask, Jarbs, I've seen the 2 photos of 2 large ones you got recently, and they both, I think I commented to you, they both look pretty skinny for the length and the size of their head.
They do, yeah.
Do you think they were just those particular fish, or is all the school of the ones you've seen skinny, like they've just spawned or something?
Yeah, I reckon they have. I reckon if you give it a bit, obviously the other ones will maybe start coming in with I don't know if they're males or not. It'd be interesting to actually look at that. Yeah, they're definitely real skinny. The bigger one of the 2 sat up like a full Ockie when I first shot it, and when I got it up, I was like, oh, it's real actually skinny now that it hasn't got that in its gut.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely they're either males that have like spawned and that's why they are real skinny, or I was thinking there might be the big females coming through full of roe now, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's right. You could be getting that, yeah. Yep.
It might be the opposite, you know what I mean? Like if you give it, like 2 or 3 weeks, you might be starting to get the big schools of all the big females coming in.
Because they can be quite a tricky fish. I know Tim McDonald always used to comment on, that's what he reckons he always did, is when you're laying on the bottom throwing sand and they all come in, all you really see is their head, because they come straight at you. So he reckons he was bad for it, would always shoot the biggest one, but it'd just have a big head, and he'd get the skinny one, where the ones that weigh really well are really fat, but you can't tell when you're on the bottom because their head looks smaller to their body, so it's all, that's the main thing that sticks out on those fish is how big their head is.
100% agree with that as well. Because I know with one night, then I was like, I laid down and he looked, when I shot him, I thought he's big, you know what I mean? And then I got him up, I was like, he's actually not that big. You know what I mean? When you wait of him, you're like, oh, he's got a massive head, but not much else. But even that first one, that fell just under 10, and it was like that kind of thing when you shot it, you thought, oh yeah, it might, it should crack to 10, and then when you get it up, it's a bit like, oh, it's quite skinny but big head, probably won't, you know what I mean? But I remember the ones that we used to shoot in those schools, LEEWOLD, and they were, I don't reckon they were anywhere near as long as these ones, but they were fat. You know what I mean? Like you could feel the girth on them when you lifted them.
Yeah, where when you get them both together, that's when they're big.
Yeah.
I remember that big one I got had he had a cyst in his guts as well. When I filleted him, there was a big tumour thing that would have had grown, but it wasn't attached to anything. It was just free floating in his guts as well, like a second full stomach.
Yeah, I remember that.
Was that the 13.1?
13.2, yeah.
I do remember you sending me photos of that and go, what? Look at this.
he just had a real fat gut, where I reckon I honestly reckon I shot over 10 that was 12.7. It was always 12.7. I couldn't do more. But that one was bigger and he had that anomaly with him.
Yeah. Just put it over the edge.
Have they been in like larger schools jobs or just kind of pairs or like when you've been seeing them?
The one I got on the west side, there would have been about 20 of them.
Yeah, right.
But all of them were small bar 2 pretty much.
Yep.
Yeah. So most of them are around like that, probably 4 or 5 kilo mark, like quite small ones. And then like the first time I did, I just seen a couple of smaller ones coming about the 6 kilo mark. And I was like, there's a few jobbies down there. And then Dave had a dive and he come up and he's like, we didn't really breathe up. I just want to have a look. But 2 big ones come in and there's about 30 or so jobbies down there. So then I've obviously breathed up, gone back down. This is, I think it was like 25 or something. And then, kind of got on the bottom, didn't see any of them, and they all just started schooling up around me. So I just started like breaking a bit of like coral up on the side. Don't tell the greenies. And then
it was already bleached.
Yeah,
it was dying. And then as I've pretty much just started coming off the bottom because there were just the smaller ones there. I was just about to head up, and then the 2 bigger ones got across. The bigger one, I went to line up and just hopefully he would turn when I flickered my gun. But he kind of like narrowed off, and then the other one that I ended up shooting was a little bit smaller, but kind of turned, so I got a good shot on him straight away. So there was a massive big potato cod there that David had like lost numerous amount of fish to. I reckon it's heaps worse than sharks. I thought this thing's just got a monster it, but for some reason didn't need to turn its nose up at it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so I was lucky to get it back. But Dave, I swam down and just checked because he thought, for sure if I'm fighting a jobby, it would probably be on the end of it. But it didn't follow it up.
Yeah, 'cause that's one thing with jobbies, they love to get eaten, eh? Like, just love eating them.
I think it's just because they put so much power in. You know what I mean? They're just putting all that pulse through the water, and you haven't got that mackerel, and you haven't got that chance to turn them and bring them straight to the surface. That kind of thing, you shot at the bottom for a fair bit before you actually, they kind of give up, and you can start pulling a bit of string on them.
Yeah, and they're a super cool fish, but aren't they? They're right up there.
Yeah, I reckon they're definitely up there with my favourites to shoot. Just the hunting of them, you know what I mean? Like just to see them like come. Because how many days have we been out and you can see them, but you never get a shot on them because they're just too smart.
Yeah. Definitely hitting the deck's their weakness. So if you can hit the bottom and stay down there, that's their weakness. Then they just have to come and have a look, eh?
Yeah, I agree. Yep.
Yeah, I reckon even on the troll, they add something. I think I'd worked on the boat for like 2 years before we'd caught one trolling, and just, I don't know, because they're such a different fish, Tanner, than you get when you got those lures out. Like you kind of expecting mackerel, tuna, fucking trevally, and then you got, I don't know, they're very fish-like.
Yeah, I think because they try and go to the bottom to throw the hooks out of the spear, you know what I mean? They usually come up with scars on them because they smash along the reef. They're a bit like what the doggies kind of do, aren't they?
Yeah, like a mini one.
But it is cool, even when you shoot them, just to watch them, you know what I mean? Just their reaction straight away to go, I'm going to smash myself into the reef to try and get whatever's in me out of me.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool to watch, like, especially when you're on the bottom and just watch them smash up against the reef trying to throw it.
Yeah. Especially when you plant them in the face, eh? It's so good. You can plant them in the face as a go because you can actually steer them a bit when they're trying when they're rubbing on the rock. Where when you've got them like full mid-body and they're just doing what they want, you're like, oh, no.
Yeah, that's it, eh? And, you know, they put too much power into it, so if you put too much on them, you're just going to rip through, you know?
Yeah, especially when you're like 25 plus, you've been laying on the bottom for like a minute or more, and you're just like emptying your reel on the way up. You're just like, oh, this ain't good at all.
You know, it's like, up on, get there.
Yeah.
So where are you now, LEEWOLD?
I'm in Kununurra. We just come across the border today.
Yep.
From Northern Territory into WA. So, yeah, just got to Kununurra. I'm pretty excited about fishing here. This joint holds a soft spot in my heart. And you're coming up here in 5 days to fish with me, Squirrel.
Yeah. I just gave up on catching fish myself. So I need to go see LEEWOLD so I can get spoon-fed a couple.
Hopefully.
I hope so too. I went to Bustleton for a gig the other week, and like my plan was just get there, do a bit of diving. It was over Easter weekend because I didn't fucking realize, and there was just people everywhere. And then did a gig for Kyle Legacy, who's a pommy comedian, and the whole plan was to go crab diving the next morning, early morning, but like the bar where the gig was, they started giving us free piss, and I think they were like 7% fucking vodka slushies or some shit. So I polished off about, I don't know, 6 of them before I got on stage because I think I messaged you saying all the fucking power went out. So the show started about an hour later, and I was getting prepared for no mic, no lights, just fucking yelling shit. So I was like, I better be drunk doing it. And then I was headlining the show, so that was at the very end of it. So I was fucking well on my way. And then they just kept feeding us piss afterwards. And on the walk home, I mentioned that you could go crab diving now. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning, I think. And you'd get them. And Legacy, I think, doubted me. So I was like, fucking, let's go. We're going crab diving. Picked up the gear but forgot to grab shorts. And, found the nearest spot with water and went crab diving at 2:30 in the morning. Dived in me jocks. Fucking seen a crab, like an undersized, I'm pretty sure it was a Jenny, like literally as soon as I hit the water. And like I sobered up pretty much as soon as the cold hit me. See this Jenny, and I'm like, fucking, we're on here. Like hero status. And then swam for probably half an hour, covered a couple 100 meters like in area, and fucking didn't see another one. Seen heaps of brim and shit like that. But got out and nearly froze to death. So
as you would.
Oh fuck! If I can't catch a crab in Bustleton, I'm fucking going pretty bad, I reckon.
It would have been freezing. That sounds like the worst idea.
Yeah, it wasn't great, but once they doubt you, you gotta prove them wrong. But then I didn't even do that, so fucking.
These guys you haven't been fishing with them recently, have you? Because they're probably onto you.
Yeah, well that's it. They 100% think I'm a liar. Like I was like, oh, fucking, they'll be everywhere. So I probably should.
I think you probably missed the boat by maybe a month or two.
No, I talked to someone. I think like we'd gone to one of the main beaches sort of thing. It was like kind of a marina groin sort of thing. So yeah, like it looked like there should be some in there, but I wouldn't know. Whereas like the main beach probably.
Just I need one
Just the way you say it, oh, there's a groin, oh, I should have had some, oh, there's a beach. Like, what are you talking about? It's fucking blue swimmer crabs, man. Like, it's not hard.
Yeah, well, that's what I was thinking. All of these thoughts were in my head, but yeah, it didn't quite work.
Old Squirrels fucking goes to the shop and buys some, comes swimming back up the beach with cooked ones trying to prove to everyone who's got some.
Well,
I got some of the red ones.
Honestly, I was spewing I didn't grab the undersized one and show them that just so I could show that there were crabs there. But I fucking couldn't believe it. When I was saying that one, I honestly thought fucking we're on. Like even I can't fuck this up. But nah, didn't say another one. Okay.
Yeah, right.
Didn't even make a white. Yeah. Have you guys seen?
Provoked it.
Hey?
Didn't even provoke it.
Nah, couldn't even provoke a white, pussies. Have you guys seen the new Avatar movie?
No.
No, I haven't.
Nah. Well, that one's a fishing movie. I watched it at the cinema, and it's about like Australians that fish for like 4-eyed fish whale things, and and there's like a Kiwi on board who gets real upset. He's like, fucking, don't fucking kill the whales. We should be having sex with them. There's no sheep here, or some shit like that. I don't know. But then
The Kiwis have never released fish in their life. They're killers from way back.
Yeah, well, this is Avatar, so it's make-believe, I guess. Because it's that bloke from Flight of the Conchords. He's the worst character. So the Australian fishermen are fucking just bagging out, flat out. But he like fucking jerks them off for their ooze or some shit. But he's supposed to be a good guy. I don't know. But the fishermen get killed by the fish, so the movie's kind of sad. But
spoiler alert, anyone going to watch Avatar, Squirly just fucked it for you.
Yeah.
He just cooked it.
That's the main bit. The fishermen fucking lose and you might as well walk out of the cinema then. It's fucked. But it made me think, look, what is the best fishing movie ever made?
Oh,
that's
pretty good.
Because there's not a lot of good ones. And
there's a few good ones.
Is there? Well, I think leading the board for me would be The Perfect Storm.
Yeah, Perfect Storm's an absolute cracker.
Well, that's the closest.
In my mind.
What's that?
That was the first one that came to my mind.
Yeah, well, it's the only one where, like, obviously they movie-fy it, like Hollywood it up a bit, but it's the only one that's sort of realistic to fishing. Like, most of it, like, sort of happens, whereas, like, that latest one is it Blue Miracle?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, that's good, but then everything's unrealistic. Like, old mate's fucking not trolling with his lures. He just throws them out.
He's got a skirted lure and he just sits there and dead baits and catches them.
Yeah, for no reason. Like, they could literally research that for 2 minutes and they could fix it.
No, they spent the whole budget getting Dennis Quaid on there, so that was it.
Yeah. Like, they could.
There's a couple of crackers. There's one not that old with I think it's called A River Runs Through It, and it's got Brad Pitt in it. That's a real good one. It's about two brothers. They grow up like fly fishing for trout.
Yep.
And, it's a real good one. I haven't seen it in about it has to be 30 years, maybe 25 years.
Yeah, rightio. What's it called?
Yeah, A River Runs Through It.
A River Runs Through It. All right.
Yeah. I think so because there's. I'm a little confused in my mind because there's an old series that was called A River Somewhere, and that's really cool too.
Yeah. Okay.
They go fly fishing as well.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because you had like the comedies Gone Fishing, but they sucked.
Yeah.
What else was there? Any
other?
I
don't know. There's one I don't know if it's fishing per se, but it is fishing for me. Is that Heart of the Sea? That's cool, where they go killing whales.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's got Chris Hemsworth in it too. So
you
talk your missus into watching it, but it's a cracker.
I don't think I've seen that one.
Guessing that aimed at me.
What's that?
I'm guessing that bit's aimed at me while you get your missus to watch it.
No, I was talking to the listeners. Like, if you want to get your missus to watch a fishing video, you just tell them there's Chris Hemsworth in it, and then when they go to watch it, it's just him like massacring sperm whales, and they're like, "What the fuck?" Yeah, that's pretty much what I was getting at. It had nothing to do with you. It obviously had nothing to do with Squirly.
I think that's what Jarby was getting at. It was an unprovoked attack.
No, it was provoked.
Common occurrence, Will.
In my own home.
But yeah, that's a crack. Have you seen that?
No, I think I remember you telling me to watch it, and then I forgot to. I think I was drunk when you told me.
The Heart of the Sea. It's a cracker.
Had to ask his Mrs. LEEWOLD didn't go through.
So yeah, that's a good one.
Yep.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of other good fishing movies. Like, obviously, it's got to be a movie, but doesn't it? Because you can't have like Deadliest Catch and that. 'Cause that's just like a reality series.
Yeah. Yeah, those are all fairly cool. All the Cray ones and shit like that are good. But yeah, as far as movies, like, there's not that many. I reckon because they fuck it up all the time. Like,
you probably don't hear of them.
Yeah, Well, like that Blue Miracle, you know, like you fix up the few basic things because, like, the movie's good. Like, don't get me wrong, anyone who hasn't watched it probably watch it, but you gotta deliberately fucking be an idiot while you're watching it because it's the most basic shit.
And really, like, half your target audience is like blue marlin fishermen.
Yeah.
And if you just spruiked it up that you had some wicked, like, Eddie Lawler type bites and that where they're, like, coming up on the teaser and actually pitching them and stuff, guys would be just creaming over it. It'd be awesome.
Yeah.
And when you look at movie budgets, it'd cost nothing to get a charter operator to go and film that shit with.
No.
Yeah.
Straight.
That's it. And even like the basic of towing the lure and fucking making the skipper not completely useless. Like, all he does is yell. He's supposed to be this awesome fisherman, and his whole contribution is going, wind, you cunt.
Yeah, I could relate to a bit of that. Some cunt not winding.
Yeah.
Fucking wind.
Yeah, but he stands by the chair. Like, he's not even driving the boat. He just
that's true.
saddles up and goes, oi, fucking probably should wind a bit, eh?
Yeah, it's running out of line. Well, fucking move the boat, please.
Yeah.
You're not going to move it while we're trawling the lure. Move it after we're hooked up, at least.
Yeah. Well, that's the one part from The Perfect Catch that sort of doesn't make sense. When old mate goes over the
Perfect Storm.
Yeah, what I say? The Perfect
Catch.
Yeah, I think that's a fucking teen movie, isn't it? The Perfect Catch.
Oh,
I don't know.
all right.
But The Perfect Storm, when old mate gets the hook through his hand and dragged overboard.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and like he'd be fucked in real life because they don't notice for like fucking 5 minutes. But the skipper fucking just stops driving the boat and gets someone else to drive the boat and tells them, yeah back up. Fucking, that's weird. Why?
But you got to remember, this is the same cunt that stayed out in the cyclone and killed everyone.
Yeah.
So that's probably is realistic of his ability.
Well, that's
They're
it.
on the fish, but they were.
Yeah, they were on the fish. Well, the guy in that, so I read the book before I seen the movie, and like the movie pretty much takes place after everything that they know actually happened. So like, fucking, they might have been hit by the first wave and none of it happened. But the one bit that's more true in real life is in it, the guy gets saved on the yacht with the two chicks that he took out there just to go sailing. He went fucking bananas in real life for fucking them calling the Coast Guard. It was like, I had it in perfect control. What the fuck do you do? And went off because they fucking rescued him and left the boat. Yep. Yeah.
Typical yachty. Should have just natural selectioned him and that's right.
Sail off into the sunset.
They are fucking strange units. Like if you see a bloke talking to himself at a pub, it's normally a yachty.
Yeah. Do you know what the fucking best thing? I'm just going segueing right out here. Not yachty, but the best thing up here in the territory compared to the Murray cod fishing and that down south is the crocodiles. Because it's not yachties, but it has eliminated every peanut jet skier and fucking kayaker off the water. I haven't seen one since there's been crocodiles. It's bloody brilliant.
Yeah, right.
They are just the worst.
Well,
how can you have a whole river system or dam or whatever, and then they've got to show you how they can do some tricks on a jet ski around and around and around and around you? And you're standing there in a obviously fishing boat just fishing. It's like, mate, go away. Like, no.
So you're not adding that to your YouTube page? I think that could be the next step. LEEWOLD on a jet ski.
Yeah. I can see why bloody Powerfish started that sort of shit. YouTube page of just tying a sinker on your bait caster and just hitting them in the head with it as they flung around going, piss off, you knobhead.
You should do YouTube thing of the swamp donkey. Just mowing them down.
Oh, mate, they're just like, it's good. Like, I get if you want to have some fun, go for it. But why has it got to be near me? Like, it's like,
Well,
it's like them. Oh, it's like them memes you see where there's like some dude pissing at the urinal and the whole fucking joint's empty and someone comes and stands next to him and has a piss and says, I'm a vegan or whatever. That's what bloody jet skiers are like here.
Well, you're going into their habitat, LEEWOLD. It's their backyard.
Yeah, but they're provoking me, Squirly.
Yeah, well, there you go. If you attack...
You might be able to run on down Leewald and get away with it.
Yeah.
At least they've enlightened me a bit as far as yachties go. I'd rather a yachty than one of them now.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
On the water or in the pub?
Oh, I don't know, yeah. Off the water, yeah, you're right. Yachties out in the real world just don't add up, do they?
That was something I probably got to bring up. You know how we had John... I had John Pino on here on one of the apps. He's the pommy comedian that was talking about the guys he lived near fucking a fish.
Yep.
Yeah. So we've had two comedians on the podcast. One was him, John Pino, and the other comedian that we had was the one we brought up for GameX, John Pender. So
yeah, but he was a pom as well, wasn't he?
He's a pom as well. And that's where the confusion's gotten, is that people think they're the same person. So,
what are they giving you grief about introducing him as the first time on the podcast?
No. Well, so in Exmouth, someone yelled out for Pender to tell the fish fucking story.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, they yelled it at me, actually. They said, get him to tell the fish fucking story. And I'm like, oh, it's a different person. That's John.
Different pommy comedian.
Yeah. So I thought that was it. And then I was doing an open mic the other week, and one of the listeners started yelling out at me about the podcast. He was fucking blind. But I've left, and then John Pender's gotten up, and he's like, the open mics are where we go to work out new material. He's trying to work out new material, and this guy starts yelling at him to talk about the fish fucking story. But John Pender doesn't know there's a fish fucking story. So
he doesn't even know about it.
No. So he's like...
Serves him right for not listening to the podcast.
Hey?
Serves him right for not listening to the podcast.
Yeah,
he could have gone on with it and pretended that it was his story if he listened to it.
Yeah, well, that's it. Well, I think he's listened to one episode, which was the Clangers episode, because he's obviously not a fisherman. So I was like, well, you can just listen to our fuck-ups. And he liked that one, so is John Pender fucking ticked. But, yeah, so old mate's yelling at him to do the fish fucking story, and he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. He's like, you were on the podcast, do the fish fucking story. So he thought it was me, and that this guy had confused him with me because he was that drunk. So I just want to make people know that they're two different Johns, and only one's seen someone fuck a fish, probably.
That we know.
I'm still going with it. Statistically, a pommy comedian's likely to have seen someone fuck a fish.
Yeah.
50% still likely, isn't it? So let's still go with that.
Yeah, you're a 50% chance.
So now his podcast doppelganger that he knows someone who fucked a fish.
Yep.
With no idea of any of it.
Yeah. Which has got to be a confusing thing. Like when you're on stage as well, like your head starts racing. Like, what have I said before that would make this person think that I've seen someone fuck a fish or that I've fucked a fish? And
maybe he's up there going, holy fuck, I never told anyone that story. How do they know I fucked a fish?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, they
just completely owned up. The funny thing is they look completely different, but I know how confusing it can be because before I came down to Perth, I thought they were the same person just because John Pender, like fucking...
Yeah, it's similar, isn't it? Yeah.
Plus, if they've been heard on the podcast, they would look the same because it's the fucking audio.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. You don't really listen to the mate, it sounds familiar.
No,
But-
yeah, that's right. And all bloody whinge and poms sound the same anyway. So,
This is true. So, but yeah, the whole point being, if you ask one of the Johns, like pommy comedians in Perth, named John, either Pino or Pinder, to tell a fish fucking story, you are 50% likely to get the wrong one. So,
yeah.
yeah. You know,
Worth a shot after, I reckon.
yeah, well, the funny thing is, like, John Pino, who told the fish fucking story on here, he would never do that on stage. Like, he's a really wholesome comedian. So I don't think you'd get him to tell it to you on stage anyway. You might get him after the show.
Yeah.
Like, that's how I
It's
got
a hell
him.
of a thing to be known for, especially if it's not even you.
Yeah. Well, that's it. And it's funny because, like, obviously none of the other comedians listen to this podcast because none of them are fishermen. So none of them know that he's got this story either. And I'm like, this is the greatest story. Like, it's a fucking ripper.
Yeah. But it's like, it's fully the one goat thing, isn't it? But old mate, the other one, he hasn't even had the goat. But he's still living with the fish story.
Yeah. Yeah. And he just fucked up and told me it while he was drunk. And I was like, we need you on the podcast.
Yeah, let's record this.
Yeah, let's make sure this is immortalized forever so that your children can hear about it.
That could be the big blockbuster fishing movie, Squirly, you're talking about.
Oh, yes. That's how you get an Oscar for a fishing movie. You make it a fishing love story.
Yeah.
Like,
people
said it was wrong.
How would you do a fishing movie?
Yep.
That, like, as a blockbuster?
As a blockbuster or as an Oscar winner? Because they're
either way, this is an epic movie.
Like, I reckon if you're going for the Oscar, then, you know, the love story between a carp and a guy who seems, you know, not the smartest.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I think that would win an Oscar. No one would go and say it, but, you know.
Would you have the movie as like a fucking action epic where you're trying to catch a grander or something? Or a bit like Jaws. What about Jaws? Jaws is the most epic fishing movie of all time.
There you go.
What are we thinking?
Yeah, you might be on there. Yeah, you're right. Jaws would be my favourite. The other ones suck.
It's right up there.
Yeah. And the other ones aren't fishing movies either. Like after Jaws 1, they stopped going fishing.
Yeah.
They it gets all dumb. So maybe that's the thing. But yeah, I reckon.
What about here? They're all coming to me now.
Yep.
What about? But it's one of them ones, you know, like them movies where the bad guys win at the end.
Yep. Like Avatar 2.
If you think about it like that, then Free Willy is a fishing movie because they're fishing for him, they catch him, and then the bad guys let him go.
Yeah, you are right. Fucking the fishermen do all that work to net him and then fucking keep him in the live tank, and then he fucking some little shit kid goes and lets him go.
That's right. And it's a fucking killer whale. They're not a bloody bear whale. This thing's killed. Unprovoked. So he needed to be locked up.
Yeah, I want to see that movie. Where you take that side of it. Yeah.
They're looking at that whole movie wrong.
Like, do that same final shot where he like jumps over the kid, but have like a hook in his mouth with a big rod, just jumping. Oh, he's on. They jump because they're happy. Yeah,
well, there you have it.
I don't think that's getting an Oscar, but I'd go and say it. I think like the carp fucking story, but daughter's like, you know, they said they shouldn't be together, but love prevails or some shit. Small pond, big fish.
She was always playing coy.
Yeah. And fucking Pino is the bad guy in that movie, trying to break him apart because he's trying to rip the fish off his cock. Love, betrayal, coy, pond. Yeah. I think if it was going to be a blockbuster, like the 1,000 pounder would be good. Like
you could make it like a Jaws, sort of.
What, where
Well,
one...
1,000 pounders coming in whacking people in the shore.
No, but you're like, there's 1,000 pounders, but like there's been spotted like a triple grander. It's just way bigger than anything else, you know?
Yeah. And
you end up hooking it on like another marlin. You hook a marlin and he eats it or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, have
and
you...
They end up putting the old 44 gallon drums out to weigh it down.
Yeah. He can't go down with 2 barrels, not with 2. Yeah, well, have you read The Old Man and the Sea?
I haven't read it, nah.
Yeah, so I read that. Pinder actually gave it to me when we were in Exmouth. So that's similar to that. It's just an old bloke catching one on like handline, but he gets...
Yeah, it's caught it for like 3 days or something, eh?
Yeah. Yep. And then, yeah, brings it back sort of thing. It's pretty good book. Similar thing, there's a couple, because it's Hemingway, and
yeah,
there's still a couple stupid things in it. Like...
imagine if it was these days, but brings it back in after 3 days or whatever on a handline, and there's people there telling him he's a murderer and full of mercury and shit.
Yeah. See, I think that'd be the thing I'd want to say, is like someone coming in with a fish like that and then just all the people getting upset and trying to fucking take away his kids and shit. Like, that'd make a good movie. But in The Old Man and the Sea, like these sharks start coming after it after he's caught it. And for some reason they talk about shovel-nosed sharks coming in and biting on it. So
that'll be hammerheads, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it'd be just the way it was, because the book's pretty old. It'd be just what they used to call them and that.
Yeah, but he describes it like as a shovel head. You know what I mean? It's a weird one. So I don't know. Yeah, maybe because it's got makos in there, and he like respects the makos, whereas the shovel nose sharks are supposed to represent critics and them being shit or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, good book.
I'm surprised. I've always thought about that. I'm surprised they've never made a movie about it.
Yeah, like for how popular it is, you know, like...
Yeah, it'd be an epic movie.
Yeah.
If it was done right.
Yeah, for sure. And like, yeah, it wouldn't be that hard to make. Surely it'd sell just off like it's one of the most popular books in the world. So, and it's...
Imagine how many schools where they have to read it or whatever, then the kids just watch it instead. That'd be just a market in its own right.
Yeah, fuck off. There you go. I don't know. Maybe we get the rights for
it. Yeah, that'd be cheap.
Luckily we're cashed up, eh?
Yeah.
Coming up, of course.
All right. What do you guys got planned?
Oh, just babysitting you in a week. Catch a few barra.
Yeah, nice. What are we ticking off? Barra, threadfin.
It'll be we might get some threadies. We won't be really. They'll be more bycatch. It'll be basically just targeting barra.
Yep.
But we'll be hopefully doing some epic stuff, like some full remote camping on the boat. 100 mile up the coast type thing.
Remote Australia. Little bit of survival spearfishing.
Yeah, probably not. There's a few crocs kicking around.
Well, that'll make it real.
The visibility is about 1 millimetre, if that.
That'll make it really real. And it'll be short clip too to put on YouTube because you'd be in the water, then you're dead.
Yeah, genuinely unprovoked. First footage of it ever.
What you do, LEEWOLD is strap a bit of have a hand line attached to the GoPro. So when he does it, you can just quickly hoik it off and then you've still got the footage. And then just come back and say, oh, no, that's really never come with me.
But check out the YouTube page.
Yeah, check out the YouTube page. It's going to go off.
Yeah. Yeah, right. And you, Jarbs, what are you doing? Fuck all with your life?
Yeah, pretty much, mate.
Yep. No trips planned?
Hopefully, if weather stays the way it is, hopefully get up towards either Barrow or maybe just along or a bit further north, maybe. I'm not too sure. We're trying to do a little do it overnight or a couple of days up there and see if we can get some scarlet and that. So
surely not in your fucking tinny.
No, definitely not. Because that's why
I know you're mad, but I thought
that's why I have to Dave all the time. Oh, Dave.
Yeah, that could be your old man in the sea. Just you and the tinny driving a barrow.
Yeah, I reckon we'll make it. That thing loves it.
What stage boat? It's some sort of cat, isn't it?
Yeah, it's one of those sea cats.
Yeah, okay. How's that ride?
Oh, so good, man.
Good, eh?
Yeah, a lot better than when I seen. I was like, oh, because they're quite. You know the Glacier Bay cats.
Yep.
Yeah, they're real high. So obviously they're to the extreme, but they're similar to like that. He's got a 5.65
and real sharp entry at the front as well.
Yeah, real sharp entry. Yeah, but it doesn't like the air pocket isn't huge either. So I think it doesn't have that air cavity the slap. Yeah, kind of just cuts through everything.
Yep.
But yeah, we've been out and we went out a while back when I got those jobbies and it was I think it was like 18 knots southwest or whatever. Went out to the ROMs in it and it was still you wouldn't have known it was that rough really. Like as in kind of just rolls with it as well. Yep. So it's pretty nice boat to go and I think you can go like you definitely do a lot of distance in it as well, you know. Pretty comfortably. Yeah.
I always wondered with them boats, so
yeah, saying that's the first time I've ever been on one. I've been on a fair bit now. It's a nice boat to go on for sure.
Have you have you speared any good scarlets beforehand, Jarbs? Or I can't remember.
I haven't, mate. No. I kind of I think when you got into it, LEEWOLD, it was kind of as I left. I think. Yeah, chasing them. Yep. Because we obviously you got bored of smacking all the big reds. Yeah. So it just went a bit deeper and that. Yeah, we started. I remember we've seen a few. I think on that 27 ground you had up North Murons there. Yeah. I think we've seen a few there, but we never. I don't think we ever shot them. But yeah, then when you started doing it a bit deeper when I left, and you started smacking the good scarlets and that. I think. Yeah, they're a cool fish, eh? Yeah, they are. Yeah, I've seen a few of them, but never had a chance to get a shot on them. Yeah. But that was more so. I wasn't really that thing of just diving that little bit extra depth in it and getting comfortable with it. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, they're a cool little add-on just to mix it up, chasing reds and that. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I haven't seen the one thing I'm keen to get another decent red because I obviously haven't shot a big red in years, pretty much since I moved down south. So yeah, coming up the right time of year for it anyway. So yeah, I got some cool footage the other day when I shot that jobby of just a little throw flushing with all the stangos come up and started trying to eat it. And then all these little reds, like all around like 55, 60, come up and like flaring up. And there's about 5 or 6 of them. One was a bit bigger, maybe about 4 or 5 kilo, and come up and try to eat it. And then the big jobby come in, so I ended up shooting that. But it was pretty cool footage. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, first time I've turned the GoPro on, Squirly.
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought it was just for the photos. I keep having dramas with the case leaking water in. Yeah, rightio. Fuck.
I went and bought a new one.
Yeah.
And then exactly the same thing happened.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, right. Like I come up and it keeps like going. When I dive down, it must get water, and then it turns. You can hear it go beep beep beep. And because they're waterproof 20 meters.
Yep.
It's not wrecking it, but it's obviously the water on the screen. Obviously, is still at the pressure or whatever, so it's causing the buttons to press and.
Yep.
So I was having and even the other day when I got that footage, I come back up and that was a brand new case and it had water in it again.
Yeah, rightio. So are you buying GoPro fucking ones or you cheaping out?
No, that last one was the GoPro one because the other one was the cheaper one, which was still like $50 or whatever they were.
Yep.
I didn't really look into the brand. I just seen, they were the double lock ones. I thought, that's sweet to do the job. But yeah, it must be getting through. When you get maybe that deeper water, they just push through where you push the buttons, maybe. But
I've never had that,
No, that's the first time I've ever had it. Because even the older GoPros, like the 3s and 4s, I never had an issue with.
Yeah.
And then with the newer ones, I've just got the 9, I think it is, with a different case on it. So we'll try. That's the next one I'm going to try. And hopefully, if that doesn't work, then that's it. No more filming.
Fuck.
It's a pain in the ass anyway.
Yeah. And you just learnt how to open your eyes in photos I seen the other day too. So
yeah, I don't know what's going on there. Maybe the sun wasn't in them.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe you've had work
awesome,
done.
Good Photoshop you mentioned maybe.
Yeah, it could be Photoshop. All right. Anything else to add?
Nah.
No.
That's about it.
All right. Cheers, lads. Thanks for chumming up.
Thank you.
Well, good. Cheers, mate.
All right. Catch you later.
Oh my god, what the fuck is happening right now? Dolphin in the killer whale's mouth? Holy shit. Oh, this is the best day of my life, God. What?
I like going down the pond chasing bluegills, tommy cocks.